I am so excited. I've just opened my online store, and on that store you can find all of my woodworking products. Well, not all of them, but a select few that I have made a little bit of an inventory of. So you can find primarily boards made of English walnut. This is an English walnut charcuterie board. Absolutely beautiful. Sometimes I'll fill in the holes with either a black or a gray epoxy. So this kind of board is found on the website. This board is made out of Eastern walnut and our local maple, and this board, which I like to call the Sunset, it can be found on my store. Also, this is an English walnut and maple. Most of the woods that I use on my store, I'm so thrilled that all this wood comes from our local hardwoods here in Northern California. So you're not going to find Padauk, zebra wood, or a lot of those exotic woods that come from other countries and that are shipped here. We're actually really fortunate here in Northern California that we have a lot of pretty unique and beautiful hardwoods that can be converted into furniture and or wood products like this. Charcuterie boards, cutting boards, and barbecue boards. So this one right here I've called the Natural, just because it's all the woods that we're found in Chico, Northern California. So this is English walnut and maple, and the maple that we have here is much different than the eastern species. These are like our ornamental trees, like things you'd find going down the Esplanade, Valambrosia, some of these planted trees that have big beautiful leaves in the fall. So when we lose one of those trees, I'll have them milled up, and you can get this type of maple in my cutting boards. So this is called the Natural. You can find it on my store. This is a really heavy board. This is not our local Claro walnut or English walnut. This is Eastern walnut, but the maple is local, milled from around here. So I also have some boards that are made with our Claro walnut, and the Claro walnut is our native walnut tree. Absolutely beautiful, very rich, very hardy, makes for a great cutting board, but also, I mean, it's so beautiful, like maybe a serving board or charcuterie board would be a better application of it. So you can find this on my web store too, so I hope you go check it out. One of the things that I am so excited about and I kind of geek out about is I also make these little English walnut, what I call little paddle boards, and they're my inspiration boards. And I call them that because I have these little carvings that I put in them that I gain inspiration from a lot of my hunting trips or traveling trips. So this one has an antler frame on it, but this one is just plain English walnut. They're really cute. They're made of English walnut, solid face grain. They're about 13 by 8 inches wide. And sometimes I'll fill in them with a little epoxy filling. But these are just super cute and handy, and all made locally here from our English walnut orchards when we lose an English walnut tree. Okay, so this is the geek out in me. I also have some with carved with a deer motif on them. So one side they'll have a carving, which you could use for, serving. And then on the back, there's no carving, so this is where you could be cutting or prepping food, and then you want to be serving it on that side because you really don't want to be cutting into any kind of engraving in your board. Hard to clean, and it kind of ruins the engraving. But they're really cool for serving, your venison deer sausage or dried fruit or whatever. Okay, now here's the best one, and I saved it for last. So this is my unique, you won't find this anywhere. Well, you're not going to find English walnut anywhere like this incorporated into cutting boards or charcuterie boards. To my knowledge, I have never found or seen English walnut in this application or in this manner. But this one is one I'm really excited about and I get geeked out about. Okay, so this is a little carving of a bull elk that I hunted for 10 days straight last year. And I was able to capture a photo of him on my game cameras at the end of the season. So I took that image, I hand drew him. That's him. I carved him into my charcuterie boards because he was such a boss elk, man. He was such a badass. So it means a lot to me, but it's kind of a unique thing for anybody who's interested to and who absolutely admires and respects elk. So this is this herd bull that I found last year, and you can purchase him on a cutting board. This is my inspiration board. This is a bugling elk board. If you go on my website, that's what you'll see it as. So I hope you go there and check out the products, and thank you so much for your time.